So yesterday, on my way home, it was after 9. I was leaving jujitsu, and I was super hungry, and I've been very busy, so I didn't really feel like cooking. So what I did is I wanted to go to PDQ, which is a chicken place here. There's lots of chicken places where I live, and I wanted to go through the drive-through to get something to eat. So I stopped the car totally and pulled over to the side of the road. No, I pulled out my phone and I put in the letters PD. And before I can type Q in the instant search on my phone, it showed the hours for PDQ as part of the search results. Before I even pressed enter to get to the search results, it auto completed at the top and it said PDQ, Claremont, and it listed their hours. So the neat thing about it is that you don't necessarily need to have your whole business come up on Google search results to get the benefit of Google search. Meaning that people sometimes they just want your hours, right? So you have all this whole complex system of people doing web searches and trying to find business on the internet. Yet the only thing that they want is just the hours. So don't overthink it when it comes to SEO. There are a dozen websites where you can list your business and list your details, and you can get very fancy, but a lot of people forget to simply just list their hours, list their address, make sure that their phone number is correct. You have to imagine that the search engine is not the actual website. Search changes. I noticed before getting started here that on Google, there used to be a magnifying glass for when you would press enter, and now it's a microphone. So what does that tell you? So now we're going to where people are able to say something and get the search result they want. So whereas in my opinion, I spend a lot of time looking at principles as far as what does this business look like when you pull them up on the internet? What kind of words are they using? Now it's shifting to a point to where you're going to do the search into a phone, and the information you get back is going to be based off audio. So how much audio can Siri throw at you, right? With the voice contextual search, I think as far as not having an option, I don't really think that is. So if you were to look for a restaurant and you didn't have an option, I don't think that you would go into Siri and say, "Hey Siri, what are the restaurants near me?" I think that you would go through and you would actually look on the map. However, if you want information about a particular place or a particular thing, Siri is going to pull that data. So if you are a college football team and you have your information listed, I don't know if you know, but Siri can tell you who the starting quarterback is for the Florida Gators. So if you are someone who doesn't have your information updated, whether it's your phone number or your starting lineup, you're going to disappoint the people who are looking for the information, who are your customers. And you don't want to disappoint them too often or too many times. So with the web search, the thing to remember, the principle to remember, is that it's not the actual Google that is a search engine, it's the human brain. So the actual person is a search engine. So make sure that you're listing information that people are looking for, and you'll be a lot further ahead on SEO than you were yesterday. SEO for your website, SEO for your different properties is a totally different part of the process than what we're looking at here and what we've been talking about, which is live streaming and speaking to your customers. I think I got Siri going there. So you just want to make sure that you have the basics covered for your SEO. You have your business out there, and then once you have your bases covered, when people start looking you up, they'll get in touch with you and start giving you business for even just being on the internet. So that's another thing, is that there aren't people that are on the internet. I found there's a competitor. I wouldn't a competitor. You could call them that. Who leased an office space, and they have a terrible website. So you look them up online, you drive by their building, there's a sign, but you look them up online and there's nothing there to kind of complete the process. So, you have kind of a one-on-one scenario to where someone has an idea in the real world, and they go to the digital world, which is basically the second self at this point, and they want to not be disappointed with what they find. So it would almost be like, if myself, as a website designer, people go and thank you, Terry, I really appreciate that. People go and look up, my business, and I don't have a website. So that would definitely be a problem. So the connection, I know when I was doing Yellow Page ads, in newspaper and direct mail, and even now, everyone would always say that their largest source of business was word of mouth and referrals. And what's funny is that now that I think about it, I haven't heard that in a very long time. But I do see the referrals and the word of mouth regarding when I look at a company's analytics, when I look at their search traffic, the number one source of traffic all the time is people looking up that business by name, looking up the URL by name, and finding them. So people will look you up if you're doing something offline. So something like your business card, going to the chamber, having a billboard, being mentioned, having a flyer, all that is going to drive people to look you up online and complete the process from knowing about you to working with you. So when it comes to PDQ, even though I'm a repeat customer, if they wanted to have their hours listed, or maybe let's say that they used to close at 9, and because it's a holiday season, they're closing at 10. So if you are a national brand manager or even a local brand manager and you don't go in and make that update, then you're not getting my little $10. But think of all the $10 that can go through that drive-through in just 10 minutes. So it's very important always to keep top of mind our basics correct online. Is our phone number correct? Is our address correct? Is our hours of operation correct? So it can get very, very overwhelming and very complicated. If you decide that you need help with your search engine optimization, with your SEO, I would recommend that you go with us, Chescla Media, as we are the only guys that can handle it and get it just right. I will definitely be looking forward to getting back on here, speaking again some more. It's funny because, I didn't want to go on today, and I know that I should go on, and I know that the audience is a lot less critical than I am. So I'm going to keep on it. I'm going to keep talking to you guys. I'm going to keep going out here, getting the word out about my business, getting the word out about what we do. And I really do hope to see, I know who you are in my network. I know who you are. I know whether you're in Claremont. I know whether you're around the world. I watch your businesses too. And I really hope to see some of you or all of you at least try, get on here and start talking about your business. Hit that live button and just go for it. All right, guys, until next time, I will see you again soon.